see any good results be out of it. But the beer I shall no, we did this this time around. Ye they die as heroes. Send a beya, sa in seminar assistant at Tobetra. And to know, me or GDS be better out. Committee, no, a young much say, on the Oman on better no Kumasi. But yeah, your problem now, a country committee, and say, there's no more evidence be opposite of them. Now, Evan say, or Nisika or Debaho. But chairman in charge of the committee now assured us, say, what's our problem now? We will communicate with him and the commission. But the problem is that there are other commissions be bria or set it up. Results no buy, it's not appealing and it's not accepting because they don't want to be report to be and they have to actually find age.
Shaping the nation. Oman 107.1 ebusuya ya no wase the one krata enu nsem na ye de ema ene eye benada kai se god na sarbedi akwa asabi akropa makasi obutentim kwabna kwachi won na behwe the one krata enu nsem na edi ama na enra eja eto makola shenon son fama me na ensem a ede ba ye shops a ahye eniema hodo a ekoso ewo ho ebusuya yankona yene Derek reporter enkodi nkomo enra no ho ede en na esiye minu amache
mpotso majoso
oho ti say
nyame adom
okay enra time be na udru baby ana eja no ehye no
That's it. No, no, Pabese, no more tree, any fan, any yan in TSA, it's a brancham be at all. A Yamokola, Georgina stores. Now, Georgina stores, no, and your ma, or muton, a cosmetics, any in me, any singlet, any boxes, near the normal tone. Now, according to this rule, or more at all generators, and so, a stores, no, esro, and I'll ban for Musua, and nobody says chocolate, and no, my idea, a queer no, or more at all, now, Georgina stores, no, and then Mokola shopping mono, and a year in Fedimu, or call in China, and a fabric house and so ewo so na Ghana commercial bag and so ewo in chain and among bears or and 100 meters in temono uko wonim kakra Ghana fire service omo a branch and as a Mokola branch no and so ewo bears no what any found you say e up a store back on to mo so mutu na mo e fire service for no na araho sem say e bra e no a ye ne fire service PRO Yero Ellis Robinson uko action komono what the tunga say no atamon be frɛ omo no na araho sem say insu a ewo Accra district on inano baby we so bu insu no na pressure no ewo form enti eno na nam so amache se omo hwe omo a omo enti na ma medu e ho ntemi san se insu na pressure no form ti na ewo se omo edo omo ani tre circle ene usu na omo ko bu insu ene adeba eno ana wo ba ya na isan se eye nku ene ade enwi ni ade no nti janam agi wo mu a so so to aso be se miensa de ni nyina no emu nyoma enyina ehye eye ju na omo ebo omo de ebe se no nine ntem de na afina na jam omo etimi edum no kra fa tenders be se edu ana omo de ba de PMO ho including a soldier for there and ade omo bo omo de edum no ni na ene se eja no wo hwe senia esi ye na ho enwini ade na generators shop need use your generators ya de wo no eno na nam so ema ho eja na etu eto na arawo sem ne shop bia so no na fire extinguishers ewo eye shop bia no nenso arawo sem ne se na omu nim se ne esi use no se bre eja na sha se kakra bi no enya de a omu etimi fire extinguishers ni edum no eja na edi wo mu a se eja na etumi ese stores no ene o me nyina na nyame adom Georgina stores no ni stores e o ase ne so ke ana ese entumi antre anko ka eye shops anade normal fufa o enteno nti no pe any shops at possible be me ensa ni na ni nyoma etumi ehye ye kwa na no ana no modi etu ja sa fa se bro be du ho no so no na ekwan a omo ede be fa ho etumi afa eye edan na tiku akora na ya de asese eno so asi sanso manfo tonton nyoma ewo ekwan mu ho a sese ni nyina no na enye ahmekasem so be nya kwan etumi ede akọ da bi se gradually omo fa ho aba abefa esi edum eja ni nyina so ka ho ene mai ka no etumi edi wo mu etumi se enti eno a igane sha se bese eye anopa de no wotwe ne efa ne bese no nine entemu ansana omu etimi edum ejanu kwa na nyame enta de obi ani ho ano ho ekan ne mum ekapade ene enyoma ana eseye
Many I am quite nim kakra. And someone know why Nankrofo eka and say fire tenders or mode a buy no na insu nim insu kre oha also more it me tribi na and also na just a problem so hon the problems are apart from say the nipa na stores the omo nim fire extinguisher say wo so mo kwan be fa so be use no problems be bi na sisi yenti ma ja no timi tre sa yenti mi anso ano ntem.
So the big car, no, say, a Mukola branch fire service or more officer or no, 100 meters. Access or more everything to make about it. No much more and no a cry a district one. Fire hydrants a woman now, no could be a not pressure, no I say a depano. Not in soon our form. If you had the only to me, I could in sooner, nobody about the doing something. Some of the money extra a circle and it was super cocoa if you or no, and I am so a match as mobile and not as a jano. If you do this amount for almost was a honey on the from one more month, and almost which him said, baby, and some of you soon and soon and not the ever. And no, and I'm so a match or more a core circle, and who could be out by any channel and so actually in someone. It's my press program now only in say press in soon. I was at the Baffa Hadrans, let's say the banner, Nadia would to me in Naya, and no, and I'm so am I channel to me in someone. It's me a share Gapadia in na.
So hwania esi wo ho enra no a wo de we centroni na ugina ho apart from say say de wo kan kwan a wo be fa so fire service for no be fa so no ma ko ho no wo mo niam ahodo wo mo de ba ya no mo de djumja ne ja no wo soro pa wo de wani hwa niam a na e koso ne kwan no mo fa so adumja na niam ne ko yie.
I'm talking there and so them be kind who and time who fire service for Juma we and the possible the end more we fancy and not say the Nigan is it na Ijano I say in Kune at the chemical at the in Reno this year and also a be an access had been so do no cry na a be access to asa asase or ha into more every pa na abia ba ko a arabo sem ne say o ya o hwe o mo laba tense no amode posto o mo de eko edu Ijano akabro sanso nya de no o mo echemu a eno eye mienu pe ne mu ba ko afe e o Ghana ha nyina ye mienu pe ti ba ko afe ti ba ko pe no mo e de ba ya no mo e de ye adwuma nti so mo de fa actually ha no mo kudum ha de ba na ha de no so asa aso na asa aso isa se chemicals nya de wo dem ho ene ade nti na asa aso na mo nyina mo no bitira ka se o mo adwuma eso ni sa ko be bi no mo a o mo ewura inside a o mo timi ko e kudum Ijano na manfo bi no kura eso sa so o fe dan no so a butu se dan no aye old kakra se a che nyame ancestral ni ni ye fa no so wuti dri dan ni na ebu fa se aye mre na manfo ebi mu kura ko eso mo na so nyina mu o mo etu wura mu edu Ijano ti mitwa ka se e no mo adwuma na eso enipa ne mu akade no na o mo estre e mi tia no kasa e no che mi se akade ne de se la wu nya akade ne be fa se sa e ya la fide ten so mo de koso no mo so mo mi lu kan so ba ko e kwa afa ya aka ba ko pa e no na no e ti e bo aye e ma o mo ti e du Ijano ti no e de e fon se o mo eni enso a man ti Ijano che nsem nyina no o mo adwuma e ya de aye so ni san se Ijano na ano e den e tai san se kanika ya de wo dem ho e so na edum e so na dum no a na ti do na afa aso e wo hase ya che so mo e bre ya o se be se no wo twene fa na be se no nan e ko no mum ansa no mo ti edum no kra na wo wi se eduma so a o mo ye na ya de che se e so eni
yankwa yanim kakra na yanhwe niema hodo a eseye nipa na wo mo ewo ho deda na ewo ho wo ma no wo mo niema wo ho no niema na ahye no ho nkomo ben na wo mo edi
agufa na mo na omo ewo ne de dodo no a omo enoma ho no ano omo ekulase ambulance de omo ekoye enti omo enuanom ene ade ana wona ma ne ba ko an stores ono yeso ton chocolate ene valentine on your man as a gift shop omo chirimu a be se na otu mu afa na ni fees junior yira e omo de sika ne FI yira ya nranso fufi anto atado jare abamu a ija brantam so sabe ton no mu to no de na ba kwa ene edin ko mutsemu a se ma na no waye mreta yi pa a se dodo no aso chemu wa ko fa ene mo am ko fa ne mata enche ana Ijano asa asiesa na no a yedin ko ma ega amanfo bi a wo ho apesem apesem salek o pa brante ba ko edin ko mo chemu a light of be by and will be also generators. I don't know a cano. I have the recording. And or yes, also generator and a cano and so a chassis a buy and then a cucusia. No, and a chassis I was store back more and I'm so making a buy any minimum 5 cents for the which more or more any other. Now, the other one had been no more 5 cents for the kind of illegal connection so more. As I said, now so I had access to Ghana to more. If it's not for shop back, maybe my threats are called the room one in illegal connections near the air continue. So, on the Cocobo air, my food in more or more beauty shops and all these shops are almost illegal connection in answer and I might channel it to me a threat.
Minia, yabado ase anope na yene victims ne bi nso ahyase ato so di enkomo Derek reporter enrania esiye ewo Makola no de honsem de abreya kai St Peter's Mission School omuguso a ye gemo Frank Twa de aboa ma omo enwomasua etumi akosoro SHS 1 Aircro enyina no de obano kwa general science general arts afi business any bibia bo friend person no metimi aka cho St Peter's Mission School for ade papa East Legon Manet Palms eho ena wonom ewo afi so ya kai se ashalibotwe eho ena ewo fra omo ena obedi nkomo 0244 988-744 0244-988-744 na oni womo edi enkomo ema oremfi se eba fuel padia gwel ano pay fa ho obo ka na ma wawie ona okro na asara bedi akoboko de
arabo nyame adoma ho de wa ha
okay adiachi
amofa nyame ado adiachi na mi ayibi na mi read kakra bi the foreign news okay amofa na onsa woko Afghanistan asojafo ne Taliban na mufa to kwa umudin dada me no kasa mufa Afghanistan asojafo ya omone Taliban na enya clash Afghanistan asojafo no be 1000 edwane afrikrum ho eko Tajikistan because Taliban na mufa firepower de kuta more din the America we nyina ba security is more emiti me hwede ekoso wo West Africa countries neighboring Burkina Faso ne Mali ni adade na ese boy kro no ho de ban pa na itima information relevant information e ma bambofo no ehu
God me yen nkomo ite ofri wona yemra sansem no eso Jeff Kwame Jesse enra Makola niema ehie no na Kwame de eka ho niema ben e na woton ye ne ni ho nkomo kakra e ba ne sen Kwame ma chia no pay
Yeah.
Na oho te say.
Pacho mo ye.
Yo, mon ka Franso. Kwame eniama ben na oton wo Makola ho.
Me man enka ho but me wo okashi ho. Me ho no but me niama de enka ho me niama si. Me ada sa me ton mo tuto spray me ko two dash mo ne pan me batteries.
Oh, okay. And right time we jana shase na wo ho.
And no, you are no more ever catch as a jersey around the 8. The final night is shop back. And no, so what's it? If you are 1, 2, 3, or time advertise about any more into a second floor and a share the court 10th floor. Na the ma ejane ye kese no nzana obi you can spray body spray fresh into ejane ya na blast sa na is if in plebumo and the man ye kese pa na if you want to remote no ma no ye friend say I say petroleum products cheap test less and the man and then rubbish on the ni na ye crude oil related items.
Time of fire service for no ebedru ho no edie na emom nya kwan in terms of numja no.
Honestly no me lifestyle now me did too much on the state institution. But and then very unfocused on the part of party. But we are almost more challenges. You know, but politicians
the good and go too much on that side, you know. But almost attention. As I attention, some of them class in school that was almost second and third floor, almost in the and my pressure also I know me on by issue so ashoto. Oh, and the fire I know what are hydrant, you know. Meaning the whole main if I because your answer before I let you like a fire hydrant if you want to go to a fire hydrant, you know, then not a baby to the day to a fire hydrant, not in I want to have an issue much a moment to make an issue. Not all my own shot into my and almost all shut out more around it. But the situation it's me at me. Because at the end of the day, only institutions they are not by themselves. If you look at the car, the question is the
Jeff, medo asese oni edi enkomo na emsebri pem no yebesan aba na afi ni aka no ye de aba beto aso god yam kwanim
abo ebe mo bia chi bi no pe voices ababobo ne de meet back at nin pe bibrim ponti say for the first time no mote chairman of Satrem ba committee na yeso bon koye hwehwe mu no na nipa bibire nti o mo voice kurampo but chairman no so appeals court judge o kasa na se ba ko kan na manage ho pa ne se wo se nipa bi ho no ma na institutions bi ho no ma kia ne ke o so bo baby ebe cheche mu na media for no especially o so bo multimedia kurampo because bo fa se wutie da na asem ne course no na de chinye anopa morning shows ni abi no ye okropa mo fa wutie se de nkofo sika ya na asifu se etwa bar kropo de to ade no se edafo mo a o metima identify what does it it's anko for you say timi from mo ba ka je say e de na mu hu ye bi mu che say o wor kware ka je say mo mesemi enko e ko gina say no mu a nipa ko na etunu to no je menchen pe oh sanko for you na voice na mo fa ho no mu de so mu timi tete no mo fra mu nyina ba mo anim say e de ba ade na da na e ko so na obia entimi e ma ye hu asem e ko so bo fa e nipa me say abo mu din sabi produce obi no mo free ejura
yeah
e da no so asem si obi no so ado ho no but by gidi say omo wo nim die soronku bi o metim di aboa e say wo ho no mo na say wo yetimamuni ana wo yesentroni na wo se wo hu de course so na wan komo mo information a de on betie e no betro so mo report o aja do mo hu ye because omo no mo ni ho eti mo a mo ti kromo ho no mo no ene ntazofo so ye call ho de obi a hu ye no mo fa ene no mo start you munya ne tente na mo nkoka de mu hu ye ne de mo teye e kire wo mo because ba nko na de u komani pa miensa bi ya mo e bi ko po mo so mu ni ho o mo se de mo tie no mo koka ya no mo de be ya mo report ba se trofo ti bi kai me de na me ben ho che se abrosan na se kropo mi hu se de soja for na ban me sasem besi na me twe me ho se mi nyina ha no mo akwaro podo o pejan saka chi mo se bonini mo o ana e bodutu ese de nyina mutim koka no ho no na ebia yenko ka de se so wutie adwura hina asema mufa no woka me de na se pass wakasa papa no waya de papa I am very accessible
on kana no nchu
debi
waya de papa
and now what ma true picture of the area said the adwura mam host here mufa me nka nwu adwurafo ani mase battle sabi producer wa hina na akasa aka say ye betro din a entokwasi ye to aba entokwasi ye kenka aba so a entokwasi enti adwura nye baabi a ehwojo saa dadaada wo
dabi
eda bi e beto aba bia ne saa de man anything related to politics bia no mofa ehwo police for the red ink throw din say we hotspot ye bi betimi esibo eno nti no yade but gofo nso hu say ehwo no gofo kokko so kakra the manema bi ka ho ma fra for no so do so twe fe no efre se ma isia mo fa na ntokwata de ba
god in my anti way emfa emfri ho na hyase no ana ebinom hyase titru ne de NDC omo ebe ne politics empanimfo na yetena ase no sa asem no wonim mu na omo frewo na obi be hye wachi na o se okwa aka ne sei a menua ho be kwa akokire wo mpanimfo na nim papa enti kai na hunu say o ya frau sabra ho a de wonim pepepe na wokọ akoka efisa wo besai wo mpanimfo nanim ye busa wasem na wo hye ase wototo ano na fe wano na wo keka boso no enkoye ye nkonko hwe a bia wo pese wo be kan nsem a enye no kure politics ntia wo hwe a ho be kire wo nti omanfo no ntia ase ora du se me da ase wo se bebai politicians bi betakire na o ma piepie nipa bi se o kona koka bi etu na to ya no na me gina ho me ncha pe na bebo nipa no na wo de bi anka wo ho wo nchepe edu akwa no akọkire meters kura na damontem ene setu aboba no na afa ya sa no akọkire unyina ho ugina ho so ugina ho enti eduru ho no mo a hwe na wonnimu asem no ho bia ankọgya akọdwa ntena so
amofa asem pa no waka no se be penu obetene edwemu ankasa no wono ye appeals court judge o formanes wo ko supreme court enti esre mo ko no Emma will be so good to pass because I'm said this for the car be at Bonteno. Ombe pese, you be a casem. I'm an assistant. A mango for a jedi. A timo being was what she and catch yourself a casting with Abra who Abra uncle so. Obiti said Dr. Vladimir Russian trained. What Tradia che? Oh, as I'm not know in baby adequacy. Converse of Ghana, less yard, call the koshe. Could tell the records a honomo. He said, Menoka say, Armed Forces Staff Command a school no college, one a dano. Armed Forces Staff Commando, Armed Forces rule. Intino, I did be a fair to you one then to Quasamene to try some day when you yeah. Watch out the the moment I move around and don't forget the Sawako Sawako who be swine. Se Kurana would be swine. Se cross would be swine. Bible would be swine. And Untino. Yakokasam no kru do me anga se nkofo bia ka se wo abontin enti me koka amani enu akosi so amega se wo de wo mu ka dada no na yepe ye fa no kredi enko yepe se ehu no kresi asem no mu ye ntimi entwe nkofo bia so mo ye bone a ye ntwe ma se bia sunu bi nsi bi mu adwura na bi nsi bi awo bebe so nsi bi awo boga e wo se timi we ye adwane kama ya no ti de nyina ye support enquiry na ekoso no enti ne omo betrase omo trase a you see how it goes
god yantie de chairman no edit to dwa ewo edwura hene fie
ye ba edwura fi esemsema na nsin esisi ye bi no fe omo nkwa no omampeni ehye minister of interior so on fe na omo nye investigation so enti minister so apawo ba sapo bi ameme dano yen yesa nhwehwemu no di enra eyimere bedu kumase na wose ye hwe na bebi a yebe adwuma no yede niam abututu ye
abusiafo yankwa ma no so na ye ne ora Emmanuel Jesu aya oye Greta Muhammad Jesu aya oye Greta Accra mayor enkonkodi enkomo Accra mayor no na ye different ne no anso na oka obia ebi ho all morning boko de
na me atomo me chiawo ani wuti afonso no
yo ya da se yenim se enkran ya chichem ya submetro na enra na esi wo makola no yenim se hoye ompesua so opani ukoduru ho no dia na ohu ye na brebe kra na asem no ebeto wanim
yo me da se around 9 o'clock begin 9905 and yenya Alexel eja to shop ewo Okanshi just opposite the Mokola shopping mall it's just the route near Etividio. And then the fire service was also quickly alerted and within 10 minutes fire service omubaho from ministries, from Parliament, from Omo head office, from our metro office, with their fire tenders, now but in the course of Ejumano year, who say, ensure some a war around that area that time. Now, the papa. They had to go to somewhere circle a large all the time saying soon sa na ombeko na mwaba But nipa bumutsu almost say they had to go that far, and they think easily when you pour in water now ebetini epropagano. But let me say entisa and no I walk as at 8 p.m. starting 9 a.m. About 8 p.m. Ejano we have not been able to say Ibedu Ejano because some materials not they are what we call inflammable, like lotion, any wig, any these are the things now. Most of the times are catching fire. The fire was concentrated in that building from morning 8 o'clock as at 8 p.m. and I need free. Fortunately, the fire service were only idea so fire no it and called the other buildings not a walk. It was just in that particular building and I almost fight the fire throughout the day. And around that time as well, it was also very windy, and it was giving them hell of a challenge. But because military force and Ghana police force they also maintain security. NTT4 also directed traffic. Ambulance for ambulance being standby. AM4 throughout the day from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and I'm in free hall. My team, we are there this morning. We are now trying to make an assessment. How many shops were indeed affected in that building because the whole building is full of shops. And then who are the people affected? And then we'll find a way of how to reach out to them. Your name is Obia and sure the growth and the autonomous whether it's been insured or not. So all these matters now, when we start engaging the affected people, and we'll get to know exactly what we can do at the next step.
Niana binumo ka and say senka ye quick kakra and case be a jano. The rate and the strength and the crana a day at this train yamano enka manosa ensure wasem a key na fire hydrant a hodwe wo hono mo a bus ensure problem bar ye twen omo kire se na ensure nim opani edientia.
So I don't know me see I'm unable to tell the reason why ensure and nim sia and let ensure and nim the pressure. Now, it was low. Say fire there. Sometimes it happens in those areas, and we fight it with the same water. Every that hydrant smoke. We call Katamanto fire. No, we use insul from the same location. Udona, we also fell on those locations. I don't know why Nrana insul pressure no low. So it is not a normal thing now. Insul pressure no low all the time. It just happened yesterday and by coincidence into fire kakra. As to whether the response now fire service for Omodima, I'm saying within 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, they were ready on site and almost fighting fire. Sometimes we also forgot, as I said, the kind of Nyamana was also part of the problem. So because as at 8 p.m. now, in fire, we are still fighting it, although it's container. That should tell you that the kind of things now issue holder. They are inflammable materials, and it takes a bit of time to fight it. I'm not a fire expert, though, but I do not think it is very fair to attack the fire service for Omoejumano or Omoyeno because they work tirelessly. Every department of the security worked tirelessly yesterday, and that is why, as much as those people now more Nyama Ashino, which was quite unfortunate, and on behalf of the city, we want to Mamu shedding. I'm sure that's the way we say it.
Yeah.
But But it's important also to say, sir, we also did our possible best, and that is why the fire was contained at that particular spot throughout the day. If the fire service were very unprofessional and so weak, I'm sure, sir, now I'm sure, sir, it will not be a very good news at all. But whatever the case may be, people have been affected, and we have to make sure, sir, we work with them. Now, whatever you bet me, we'll do so.
As at and I said, okay, 8 p.m. now free hall shops are now share any nipa no more affected. No, and a pay more corner money or Marco Dinkomana, Bibi or horse on Qua, or catch room.
Well, yes, my team, in fact, as I speak to you, I'm walking to that place. My team, they are already there. They're not before any, led by Mr. Clutch, that's the Metro Dadmo director, any account for, because most of shops they are more organized. So the number of shops who are registered also over there, and we use it as a basis to cross-check, those who are affected, and then we'll be working with them. Some government officials, senior government officials are also coming there this morning at 9:30, so that we'll also be talking to them.
Baby, I hope she no a open place, but your reporter no hono say fire service for no banana blocks kakra on term in terms of can be fast on betumi edru ho entem me nim say wa we mayor no sana na wo hu na say bia nipa bia tena kwan mu no so wo se hwe ho asem kan.
That is certainly not the case. I mean, this is Accra Central. It's a congested place. Everybody drives into that place. Everybody walks into that place either to buy or to sell. So certainly, when you are driving into Accra Central, and yet you say you are driving around Sumaho, so certainly Ubenya. But the police were also acted swiftly. The whole road was blocked into car bianco. You could have every office echo. So as for getting access to where now, there was no problem of any congestion. The police were very strict in their response, and they cordoned the whole place, the whole road, that Mokla road, Kabian the whole of yesterday. So it cannot be there because Omunko Alaju and now circle Ekofa Su and Sanamuba. Abarana Dabaka circle area, there could be some traffic over there. That one I'm unable to tell because now we were on site the whole of yesterday, and they never also complained that it was an issue because the NPTV were also all over, and they were deployed and they were also working. That if I'm outside the that's Mokola area, now traffic will be there. That one I'm unable to tell.
My final question now, Yemfe and Common Emra Nevi, what the carbon fire service for now, Bassage Momoy and Omoya, dear pa. Now we have building no access to baby and not Ejano, Shiano, and also a problem.
I don't think so because the way now Ejano she yesterday, and sometimes who are now at me about to say boom. And it's several times. I do not think that the integrity of the building was a problem. And in any case, the structure was a weak that couldn't have caused fire. So, but I'm sure after the evening, will also assess the integrity of the structure. To see why weak. And now a reinforcement and now a fully down. Will advise the owner of the building to take note and take action on that building. On all these things will be resolved after in terms of fire. Fire don't hear the by a year. Then we'll investigate what is the actual cause. Because I know I had different 3 different reasons now Obia Emma as a cause of the fire. It will be very difficult for me to speak on radio and be speculating So I think yenya time kakra na yenhwem as to how and what was the cause of the fire, and then we can also resolve it.
Yeah, better was no pay said the wakano, ye bet to us where the actually na mo konem koma hodo on every pay me besamba.
That's right.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Mohammed Ejesua Greater Crameo ena yeneno edi and come on 107.1 so ni high Omanfm ya kai say Leicester Educational Institute wonum ebuaw ama enwomasua etumi ayekama omo ye remedial classes omo sanso ewo diploma courses a omo eye edema omanfo 1 year na onsaka wo certificate na neatia ne say National Accreditation Board ajo matum ti certificate bi omo de be ma no eye adwuma enti diploma course bia person ye bia no betimi ne omo akabom ebinom atake advantage a ebia owo subject back bia o say otro na wasan the diploma no so aka within a year so nyane mienu a okọ university a metumi aka akere say onko start level 100 na che say o gina diploma no so akọ nanim enti kai na hye no nso sanso so ena omo ye certificate courses ahodo bebre so afei omo san ewo boarding facility a ebo no ewo form na oyi obi a opese bia okọ anopa ekopema wi a ekwanya wo ho obi a pese okọ anwumre evening classes akwanya wo ho ope weekend classes akwanya wo ho o science ope online a akwanya wo ho nto ma bie kwan e dia ma obi a opese oboa na afei otumi enya enwomasua frɛ eye Leicester for na gi detail no entrance within a year waju certificate kama na adwuma na ekoso 0241 876 551 0241 876 551 0241 876 551 na oni womo edi enkomo anopay se Dominion herbal powder wono mo di amsro me kayo ebia na ore na afi ore mfi nso dia na chese me gidi se o anom tata ye de nsu ye de na fra e adwuma pa ebi ni fi asma na ye nkom ya ye ton don ye ntobi mro ye friend Dominion herbal powder ya free 0543 158 195 0543 158 195 milk papa e wokrum ne din edi cocoa milk we plant based milk e ona hodo nine ginan ni nyina bi na taste hwe na afa yi ne wankasa wo pa brano wo beto wo shop bi mu na bi ni ho ano ato aso ns chemist de wo kwa nei wonsa ebe ka bi Melcom shops nyina so kwa wonsa be ka bi afre 024 0274 440 180 0274 440180 na oni womo edi nkobo da won krata no nsem na no pay ya ye krado ye de ema god na sarbedi akon obotentim kwabena kwachi ene kua sabia kropa wo na hwe da won krata no nsem na edi ma ye keke boko
ya do mo
okay ade achi
eja hu die ya wo niam bi ese nkrofo te ase kakra na ejade itimi si wo baabi ya na esin so anya ni nyina na ni dum ye easy sa in fact o de Ghana ha etoto ama no na de ho a o de ase over the weekend na I don't Korea ni Greece abon
eyi ho di na Asia kru no
ewo Europe Greece my na ejada o mo kwaye mu
okay
na heat wo hopa na edija
yeah na heat wo hopa na edija ekwe na enipa wu pa o share helicopter free other European countries eco support janu dum no ya omo nam wiemu eno omo dum jana wo fom enso so na edaso ejinamu den a chere say uso mu enso America no ma yeni California no ne ade
shisa
last 2 years na shishi fia kanzo omo nsi hokra de ko omo nsi omo fie tite typical brochire
dabi
prefab uko ayi what they saying California ne ayi omo na ene Los Angeles omo na esi dan te say the ACC e dan
wa hanu
yeah twa wall eto fence or they be barbed wires egusu nti omo dan ye concrete ankasa but yaw eja tomu na ehye no say nua e won tam no na ehye na affected dan ye nim nipa dodo a omu ewu ewum so enti no we no de etete ne se am sa de no frase ntem no so mo am fire service for no amane of course official reports ni ade nyina de it but utiete mo akwaye se janu frase ntem esne tama ye kan my fire service for mo come they were trying to some beat me the fire extinguisher ena aye ena antentam amanfo aka fire hydrant no ho asem ya de wom ni say nyese ne nsuo ni ho ba fire hydrant na e was a point ho no ya pressure no ye low because enso dodo bi aga na water company be pump di aba no enkrofo ho no dos mo awusu nsuo no ya kro so any oman ye hihye Accra Central hono shops ena wo ho enkrofo ate ho ye kakra bi enti Ghana Water Company o hwe omo distribution system no so ne ade na omo nim su kro su dudu a mo de awo because fire hydrant no e point a ye sisi no wo Ghana Water Company omo pipeline so the pipeline bi on besi fire hydrant wo so no chese muso a e betimi a pumping su a e do so at any point yes fire hydrant na a reservoir fire hydrant na your pointer ye twinsu wo ho ena brebia no nsu a enam sa adroban no mu no esese do so sa wo twe a o dey say e be ye masisi a
oh Cyprus
good yeah. Cyprus I honor na enkrofo ya toda ya na edi ye ho abro ense bi wa wo kan nipa ntiase o kan shi ho no ense se nipa tena ho bebre sa but obi a o ye ne kaya ye obi o twi ne truck obi o ye ni sei eni obi e bi o hwe obi store o mu nyina de ho ayo mu fie enkrofo de that shops anim any staircases ase any omo hwehwehwehwe nkrofo warehouse any ya ho shops no dodo na no omo tu niema eton sa wo hwe ade hye ye no baabi wo ho a eyemi ebi panties ne boxer shorts ne ade omko fa feature ebi a school uniform and a cosmetic shops wo ho cosmetic shops bebre nso so e wo ho spray ne deodorant ne de di ye mini ade no de se jatom sa ehia eno nso ne dumu aden so sana ya ye na nti ya ho no nipa dom akwa so ho enti na nsuo na wo ho no sa Ghana Water Company de wager kwara bebeto a de fa that particular pipe no so time bia no pressure no be wo from say enipa air consume no doso enti na ho ahia say omutu omo ka no pe na omde ko be foforo omo akwa feel omde ba ya na omo discharge nso na 8 minutes na sa no ma sa tu no marka na ya Ghana fo bi nso so ye nipa bone fo mo ye heartless na ye nya sa ne ma no to da utimi nhia obi ene na mane utimi hu obi ene na san utimi hia hu obi ne mobro ne na were hosam na odwene ho a wuntimi ntiase to da na eye nipa bone sembi e a obi adi a wuntimi ntiase yaw se ejato nkrofo shops mu Georgina shop Georgina stores yi minim sale no so pa yi na nkrofo nso de om ho agim elutu ewia nkrofo shops ebi wia binum maame bia ono no ayahisa waye ya wato no shop mu wayi ni sika wo ho nyina no mo ahia no okwana na hwim ni bag na ebinum so yamfra omo yenya omo hwe like when you rob bia wo play wade enu mu and so no more kwaye hot tam na ya police for buy any soldier for more bobai ena obi so ogina nchai ena wa ye no di atem we nso ye soldier for asem we nso soldier for asem na maybe omo no omo so shop e wo ho na eja drums so omo egina ho ena omo say cratch na onim de ntia soldier for no aba enkrofo ha wia ye niema wa to storm anya obi ba beboa na obowura mu na o yibi
na de nyi soja fo asem wonum soja fo adwuma ade ade asem
ankrofo e wo ho na social media na ye na anyway na wenu wo ha e fa ade na e hye no o shop ho ya e ho no look oba okoje one store muso a onim de obetu. I remember 10 years ago you need us as much as maybe $40,000.
Wow.
To get one shop. To get one shop and okra of a certain size. Nenti omo ye business ho no. Enya gro. Omo ni amashi. Yemfrɛ onya fire service. Onya police ni na munyina mu atu ho na akwa kogu ho. Oye journalist, oye say na bia wakɔ ya Ghana fo nya asa suban no. Me take advance na mu gina ho bibia beto mo nsam bia mo befa na ya maybe baby ane jana onso mo nyina mo kwa mo pack mo car so makola mall no ase ndi ase mpebebre ho a na wisie ekọ mo I'm talking about private because me no ade ni si no almost every 30 minutes every 1 hour bia me frɛ because of interest bia me wo we see a koni pam on pe kwa kra fi akwa koto om ka enkrofo nso akwaje ho tenchem enka huri ko mo no kwa mo anka enkrofo niema no mo cars nyina e be what kind of indiscipline is that o pe kwa kra fi ho a unya kwa mfiri ho na sana Ghana for life dear
obasa ko se da na wo kan bi si wo race junction enkofo be mu kwa yi oso mu kosi mu ndi pass de yo mo bu police ni
yes
video aba
oh I see
video aba video aba but race junction here ya
na no fear da here
encho mu nyina
na no fear da na so this time Zongo Junction and Ridge Junction. A man for him say cameras bobo baby out. E first Zongo Ridge Junction ni Zongo ja. But no be the abo bito. No be the I say niaba. Oba enamadina police on be track wa ba becho. Ya be capture bibia clear. Sana te wo traffic lights nyina IPS Junction Legon. Be entino enkrofo mo ko wi a bullion van. On say baby abetwa ma ya traffic light bia.
Capture
police for no beating akwa so enipa aya to some dodo unnecessary confrontation with the police na bi nso etaya kire no mo susu ejagum wo ni shop wo kan enra na ya me ko ho anye yi na mo ba be penia ma wia na police for ba e ba be bonkrofo ho ba ya na omo no mo twitwa o social no mo ma commentary eni nsuo ene say ene o man cry eni ene 41 ene we emfa mo ho ne management no efa mo ho amode mo ho kokoji mu Ghana ha obinya accident si enipa ho kire omo no na bi wia omo bag eja hye enkrofo shop na protect omo hono na enkrofo do omo hagim na omo lutu obi ne eja no ba ne shop na what maybe a weekend sales omo ye nyina abo ano why no this na obi ahwim ne bag na we say ya wonim de ebeto dachi tina wutimi hia nipa bi ne omo haw ne odwene ho a wontimi ntiase adam obi yare bi bibi hu bi na to nipa odwene ho a wontimi ntiase na wo de wa ye kodachi na wo man nam ne bi omo abrabo aye basana asofo na ehuna man na ompene mo omo nya nsoso a ompene mo omo nya ne saa na omo buafu we see so jafa asem ene we nsoso we say o nsoso ye wasem
na soja ni do ba wa e fa ho bayi soja ni aba wa soja ni oni kwa so ko baby
Yo. Yeah.
Awesome.
Enti ajayen hwe no nkana se enra mebekai NDC for statement a omo issue ye in connection of demonstration in no. Ene niema omo eye wo zongo communities. So be inciting crofo. Say Muslim for zongo for ena mo ho otan. Mo na ye chirimo. Mo ne e de omo atotankuro mo. Mo na ye kum mo. Ye kunkum. Unse me read this statement on my keka. We yes. What's someone else one ton so. Say there is a bar. Bia kwesi ada nwumre. Bia ehoso, ehobe boss. Ena nkrofo ko ho. Eko bar no omo operating nkrofo kokko wensa. Omo kono. Sadie na ba you, sadie na ba you. But maybe it could be, say, whatever reason, even if there was a remote reason, untimi NDC, because NDC, you know, and some of them on team issue statement to say demonstration ayekwe zongo for any Muslim for necessary who Jim Dodo namona yekumu answer na omo issue statement nsano na underground no omo akwase akwa ye dwuma bebre en ya ye nimu omo na entokwa free sport ho and Crawford through from Zongo community and Ramiti assembly mana or no ewo hono or Entonso there are 3 electoral areas. One of the assemblymen are also so or Zongo community hono. Or Chesa Zongo fona or mo akwa attack akam for fee no hono or munu free Ntonso Zongo ho no mu free Zongo community sa ewo wo ayi yampa ocean Ntonso abo
exactly.
Oh yeah, that is in Kromkra Muslim community no
better abo I won't be surprised better abo.
Yes, in Pekrono Tano Dumase Nigeria as we speak now as someone cause the £4
quiet ya to kumomu 153
abom
to across the US 153 just one weekend and yes civil war nasi home you should be careful and the trouble no anya careful is a bambo for no case mo o mabase ma ye dinya casualties beba casualties ba say pa dinya ya tu ani anu agu omo so you should be careful. This for them, no man offer. They don't care about
they don't care.
They don't care.
What to officer? Oh, this for Jenny. Obwa. And you know, Omo ye bibi at the in your interest. No. Now, Kakadi. A yes, and Shimu cost. Na. By the time one should be Korean. Yeah, and no crack. Ever dead.
What you say? Political parties are can also almost see a demand this year.
Now, one year, the Obayan is a one so by advocacy. No appeal to Uncroft. Now, I tell Motoma or one say, they see ya, NGC Dimir Caswaswa, Omo, who from of Swampofo to have a free young crab, Sami Jamfi, Opariado, Omunina, so I'm call Adria. Yeah, said the Adra in Ankasachre no. Adra, a why baby a horse. Oh, passenger baby, I call quiet say, oh, liking it to baby to say a shaman. Any Adra. Now, I make first in the early 2000, 2001, 2000, and a Panama meet me, they make a morning show from a shaman. Yeah,
you say yes.
Life. Okay.
What it sounds.
Now, who confess you be back? Now, or show but the rate at which I'm for the baby stress your moon. And they said you see a matters or high out. Now, oh, yeah, just
match against injustice. So, Master T, where are the 88 hospitals? It hospitals really were injustice. Hey,
na 88 hospital is now 111
and I want to multimedia
at the contract number mobilize to side until you someone American say NDC for Ebua papa so mo di nipa enchiche mu ni yiyimu ade didn't talk beba ade de sekan twetwe beba ade de otan beba emu bi ne ehunu won tonso no say some members of the and I heard it from the assemblyman himself assemblyman or Zongo community on tonso and all can say yes most Zongo for no kwatake asandfo fie ni ade omo wuramu ebo ebi stores ebi yese but omo yesa no omo mfiri ntonso ho omo ye muslim na Zongo fo a omo free nearby communities no omo free ba ho no kona najo no ena omo ye yesa na me no na ba ade chen ya asandfo nso bufu yi say omo nso so ko Zongo anso akọ
ofa ade no omo hyeda o ya hyeda
omo be yes
NDC fo hyeda pese omo de ntokwa kakra eba akristofo ene nkramufo
anya kakra omo pena kase
omo hyeda etidi ekoso nyina no eye dress rehearsals ne kase beba but ye no na o say empanifo timitisim all political parties especially MPP na mo was larger interest Muslim group of MPP Nasara coordinator
intelligence intelligence
yo
mama intelligence nyajuma
mo Nasara coordinator even minister always Zongo ebe pimu ne nyina na still no intelligence kakra mo de be pia ansa no manya kwa bibi na no so enkoso na Nasara coordinator no wai
yeah nim the any be omo intelligence timi gada any omo de cop any niema esi but whatever no the omo ayaba be dru bia no and I said the omo ye bia no so omo hu so omo game no so say resources so no omo here ya mfa mo because NDC for the omo si na mo no mo ya mo meeting Kumasi fie NDC head office I said don't cut yamonte to throw anyhow Sadia we no ye besa ko police force asante mantam police force mama ye update about nipa no a ogina NDC akache NDC head regional office I said don't the presence of I said don't cut yan crofo NDC ni ankasa ebo NDC ni to and so no so ase or you're a member of the Zongo community?
Yes.
Or you're a Muslim? Ni?
No, for crime is crime. You know, if I will be woo and the boy be to other BBC, I say, we were a bassy, they were SD, they were Cremoni,
Nandisi, I said, this is Penaqua, Nenekes and one lawyer Penny bin makers. No, then Nancrofono, I almost this any pabonism, almost free. Omo free ya emu ye Ghana for ene efatuo ede Ghana for ene efatuo de kakai enya nkrofo bi ne ekoba omo pa free baby o nsan hwehwemu ye be koso de enso nkrofo wa adwira ha maybe nkrofo in the same community maybe nkrofo in the same household
yes
omo na ye sadie entara ni awia ni atwa ya ho na NDC for mo akosha nkrofo chi na mo create impression say police and military and ya omode NDC omode MPP vigilante group akwakwahyehem na omo tuo and omo ne omo yese na omo and so
na kaka ya omo a police for suspect omo na na suspect ya chi omo no one year a Methodist of opinion. I saw better Musomoko. Omoya Krabufo. It's yet headlines like Krabufo, Kumkrabufo, Ghana. That would be madness. What you say? And this is how the Timmy as so. And this is for the Yanya careful. Yeah, Omudo man about to say baby. Oh, a part of no return. Yo,
Adiomo Pano. Ya said that she said and Toka. Assistant Tokwa, any or time, any time.
Na unianum bia ba mo baby no amotia na mo ha no mo attack mo.
Yes.
Hey.
Because sana ya can't rom. Sana ya can't rom. Sana NDC. That's why yesterday I read the statement.
For that to do just send the mommy.
Okay.
And yet
NDC statement on my own. I know my Kakofa spokesperson, Fulani community spokesperson be, and I'm so they don't want you. Now more Fulani for more dear money fire, more yet a catch for new rubber for any idea.
Yeah, more interest.
More dear moment, Tiasamas, more dear Lemon. Now, what about Fulani? All can and just so AK-47 canon. No, Namura Munia, ya catch and say. Ya did not to Tankru Amua. I better no copia gogo. Na obi copia no so of Maya. Onkuno. I better no onkuno. Oba kwanya fan this form. The first say, what me instigate to Obiamane Kubino ya any day.
Binkum will be no near to me, no matter.
Yes. I read
107.1 Suniha ye Oman FM Kai said the Omanfm 10 months and ano pay so hima royal rice no the asa men kai o se bomode se obekwa kopebi o ma di kan to bi edi ho adanse se emo na ehwam na de se yese odi sigya so na obi na mo fichiri kra wotene nka ekoyie papa Ghana mo a anunsuo de ya yemfa bibia emfraye edition so na kopebi mo a mo wo eye mamu bi ebi wo ho Malam market and so ebi wo ho mo amwo kaswa ebi wo ho sa na old market kaswa so ebi wo ho nima ebi wo ho miaye bebre frɛ 02444 09092 02444 na ene ohima royal rice for no any enkomo Kings Air me kai wo to na yenche wade bibi abeto bia na yama scratch card o scratch ya na ye wo so no na wafa e the accounting file flat screen deep freezer and a washing machine na fi nya mobile phone na say electric iron na fa kan ho ya frɛ 0200421004 0200421004 JK Company Limited eniema no ye de dodo no abankwada no de no mathematical set o mo de sua de eniema hodo ekeka ho nyina afei so eye 5-star A4 ni A3 papers akesia offices use ni will be ho champion plus A4 papers no so ye will be ho eniema etete sa mesra wa ya na wafre 0540 125999 0540125999 ye ni ofre na se yem family wa ye de beba ntem so ye ba na chese bibia aye kama enema no so efo god yankwa nim kakra fa do bokrata ni
aba picture bi obi asere asande me NDC demo no otukono me amenu Peter wana he sa camouflage we be now
you see isa na masina atade we ya wakwa share trousers Ghana mreti ya police chief sisi ya police chief sisi ya because say boy but you see offer ade on person moye no no
you free chrome akwa Gina Finance
the one na say no
aye
okay
bra Peter
o ma she da say o money police for be DS na je say ye nti obi
e wo mo anim ya de mo say
Ofa yakwata mali Ghanaian Times ni kutami na ukwata mala ofa asim ready more din Northern Regional Police Commander e wotamali na yefe no Idris Tanko isifu ofa Fulani ni bia de fe franam Fulani ni bunu butro Regional Police Commander na Fulani ni se woton na nantwi na Regional Police Commander say nantwi no obeto enti otua scammer no 36,000 say obeto anantwi ama no makwa 53 na nantwi na woto ama no onu Fulani na abesa ahwa nantwi no so ama no na police ni etuaka 36,000 of otua honoma na abranti sane ne na danfo mukala sawu esa baaye obaya osu police no kwa aka ba ko bi Toyota Sion obetimi omon value to so na of am convert na onyiska no sa mano and ntwe ni biim na elokwa je sa ache z nti je sa ache and wode ka na mano nti one car for and ntwe ma kwa ko 40 and na wode mano amofa ye no December mu hono ma na mo sa di nkoma no so osa wo Land Cruiser Prado TTB die bi ntino e ko peso otono sa to anantwe ni bi ka ho na afula ni da bi bi hia ka no e decide aka no kwa no yes afan convert ni ko hwese bitenya anantwe bi amawa osa anantwe ba kwa 70 mofa se wo kan nyina boma na e wo said kambi no ni ska wotua no e wo said nyina no kutiminya anantwe ma kwa 556 ene enkwara no ma kwa 40 afa duba
yeah garden value no na nchino dia o value ba na o value ba ko ele papa prosie
wow
abatie
sa wo sha ase na nam se bia na obi ko pedu fudi ade na ho de e be you say you know
33,000 ba man na nchwe 53 ama
hey over
na nchwe kunu kwa ni tinkwan ese
waje papa waje cars abova ohodo man na police commander ka chesu opeso be hwe na ntwie no na wo koye okwaye se na ntwie no omu kodidi wo na nkofo mu kodidi mu kongro mu no ho omu nyamba ntimi ntwen eti kofie na ya waba sa na twede ba ebe fi so ba beda ya frabo waba abova papa yi hu ne ntwe ba kokra Northern Regional Police Commander.
And I am for case in my regional CID. Yeah, I am for case in my regional CID.
Hey, oh, pass with your body, you. Of course, if you want to train them special, what did you do, Bruno?
Yes, Anna. Member power Nigeria. Garden. Nigeria no more amrumi no ta.
Adai.
Na dear friend no share Nigeria near friend Alasa. Alasa no ona. For Nigeria no woni bu. Omo amrumi no da. Tembia oya baako. Anasa no wawo. Wawo ane bia papa yokonzongo ane akwakohwe no. Omwa na wabeka se ne ba na wu
ne na ntwe ba ko wu
ne na ntwe ne bia ne ba na wu anasa ne maame na mu wu
na kraka ba
na ka ba ko
ye ba dan ye ho aba ne bia ya ba ko
ankonam
ya ko ati na ntwe ya ba ko oya omo anyam ye nsanta
na ye ho mra ye ba ye beto aso
say you can say Dominion herbal powder eye nwanwadwuma ema immune system and then kwabo wo nipaduam ne yeden na ne senti wotadi yare sunkunimu a ehu adanse bi ni o
don dey fine pa manum bi tina me di ho adanse no enya yesi me say me one price station me ton wa achi me ba me gina wo science ama me nya program me nan ne me sisi nti me nyina wo be de me tena konwa so me no mo aduro ne 3 days me gina me na so eton ade
Dominion herbal powder de ninia enya amanfo adanse enti na be kanfo ne aye wo me nipadua mu no eburo madwen ene menti ase so nipa biara a wo pese wudi wo mfie nyankopon de ma wo no na wudi me ne de emma Dominion herbal powder empa wo hu de biara da
asem no na da ho no Dominion herbal powder enwanso anya wo nsuo hie wo tea cup mu na de atreketo ase bia gumu wo twan seti yanom wawie Angels Dominion Herbal Center won kokko ene de aba apemfo aba ton mo manufo ene nkwada woni mfie dum ye ne de won ka ho dodo afre 054 315 8195 FD ahwehwe sa edwadie nkrato mu agiatom se eye
agro Ghana batan awofo ne ahwefo ye nyina ye nim se enche bia ye nkoda ne se abeko school bia mu ane na woboa wo ho de se wo moa wo ho a ema ne hawo kra media sem denam se wo beto wo ba ne pencils books ana eniam ekeka ho nyina no enko ba bia JK Company Limited for chain. Why na you sole distributors? Emma Nataraj products e wo Ghana hanyina. Wo Nataraj pens, pencils, crayons, pencil cases, mat sets, afei wo JK exercise books. Wasa wo ɛwɔ JK 5-star A4 ɛna afei A3 papers a wobɛtumi de adi wo dwuma biara yɛ wo hia paper ɛde adi hyehyɛ JK Company Limited ɛtwa kwan ɛwɔ number 60 Otu Blohum Street wɔne Christ Embassy asɔre no ɛna ɛbɔ nhyɛ ne mu ɛwɔ North Industrial Area frɛ wɔn mo anaa wo ne wɔn nkasa wɔ WhatsApp wɔ 0540 125 999.
Hey, what fish? Some you would know. And my man who say I can't was a move. Okay, Papa Kissi and Obaha, Nanasa Tataya, or Casano didn't Sakatana. And but we didn't say Papa.
Matida Mokanina, Spanish garlic mixture, and then the capsules at aroma, and I'm a Pumudressa.
Wow, why a nice Sankasa, Spanish garlic mixture, and then the capsules. And Yama, why you come apart?
A woman bought your dear Fusani with the Pedriano. Now, a voice as a bro, I want to chew hypertension, a tick or restoration, will be a target and 10 temper. Gas is yam a macra a mania mum of future cromina a torch will broke the water avian after and Hoyan and see as no Spanish Jinko capsules Hana Spanish Jinko and no day nura watch free Jinko biloba and soya oil moon now a bois and melma mumutimi joma now see a paya juma and my wajumo should daho
Martins say a anti-aging and a more good retentive memory
now yet on Spanish garlic mixture and the Spanish Jinko capsules no hand
and check Herbal Center for and then the pharmacies chemical herbal shops and run some of 0266 11 41 11. A painful about more money for them with the feeding you and come. FD, AG, a Jadian Cratry, Atum.
Still, Franco Trading, your phone, Papa, fee.
Franco Trading Enterprise, our phone, BAB. Say a Samsung, Nokia, Itel, Infinix, iPhone, Huawei, Ebia.
Oh, our original laptops and desktop, computer and phone accessories, USB cables, phone cases, power banks, hands-free chargers, antiviruses.
Franco Dio Noir TV Saba 32 and 43 inch. Franco TVs no. I need the hell. Yana Jodie.
Say Grady, you hear Franco Bia, what we turn online. Auto free francotrading.com. And now download the Franco app not to phone so free Google Play Store and Apple App Store. And the auto online Bia, when you 30% discount. The auto Bia or the bro baby.
Shisha Franco Trading our Facebook page no and our more than 100,000 likes no.
Franco Facebook page no now more than 100,000 likes no. Franco Trading Enterprise head office Wadabraka and the Roxy Cinema bus stop no. They didn't anymore. Branches no be war Circle, Osu, Tema, Medina, Hachu, La Paz, Kasua, and the Ghana for 99 and free 0555 939311.
Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk. Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk. Yakube America, or Boadia Bakube and a Yediaye. So would the good tea and now cocoa more. And Wapo, Enti Emma no baby and Yaka Beshankasa. Calcium ni vitamin D2 are a woman. Emma will see no Pemuyeti. Vitamin D12 no so Boama Mojanu di Efusani. Cocoa dear, Ediabana Yediaye. Na Vegetarian Society a wo UK Aja Tumpifi. Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk. Tibaku Sesia. Etu for telephone 027-444-0180. FDA Ashusha a Jadian Kato Yimu Ajatum say. Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk.
Hey, Unya. Oh, Kawi, you mean feely. Kawi, full of the woman, Gold Super XP Ron 95. I have one additives, Papa B. And there's an Bobadium. Debut, Gold Super XP Ron 95 on a higher grade fuel. Now, so no one no more fuel near Pepe. How much should I and Senia and Rentamo into a bomb Siska and a Sansu who engine no more Phoebe frame cannon was also into when you nature no one no more fuel near Pepe. I say additivated diesel XP suho into just a baby and who here said driver Biabacasa would get extra via for dehydrated fuel. Golly, I ain't in Goyle, good energy.
Same great bag and pain pino and Niama Cassibiara Shassi a friend in Ketumu. It is a with Diaba, na Abaye Cassia, na Aso Aba Sarah and ADB, Ebeshe Amaweni, ADBC and Hunu Bebreno, what the Bebwa Ama would Jedi, any Wumpuntu Akoso Wano. In Pempia, you know, Dinkitahono, Yahresania Wunuma, any would Jedi Kitahon, Ebeye show the shodo. Sasia ADB the Abe for internet, Edijuma, and no Ebwa Ama Wunuma Akoso Wano. Yam Krabata Bia, a Wagana Fanana, Edi in Sawaswo, a sunny Wumpuntuanti, Wamamra, any would Jedi Sune saying, or Dia Sune saying, ADB, any Wubenini Abum, Fraying 0302 210 210, and our internet Abe for Noso, www.agricbank.com. ADB, truly agric and more.
brand new day. Me telegram no na so no ekuya hwefia ba me. Me ba sesia. Me wo fa. Wo so wa man ne niem report. BBC mu. Sele di wa betre fia ro so fa me nyehwe.
Hey, homeboy guy. It took a pot na o fa man home appliance. Na je say e can say appliance.
Me ntoni ba bia e ka kins e.
Can say appliances. Wo wura ho na atade. Wo mo te so ma o. Na je say wo dem ho niem ma krai. Nye nyina go na wo toy. Madam fu bi na ka kire me. Sa me mra can say appliances me to niem ma. Na atade ba ko ye chew ba ko. Wo to me ne chew me no. Benya washing machine, air condition, refrigerators, woofer with surrounding speakers. And a jamu niem bia. Brand ne so de Samsung, Hisense, Media, Chigo, Pearl, Nasco. And the keka hu bia.
Wo to me no a wo nya niem me no de ko me ensa ba fa niem me ensa kwa.
Ya me beto ya niem nyina. Ensa wa me ne mobile, and total, and a dish anymore.
Of Anko Barrier, ya ben police station.
Abeka Free Pipe Junction.
Amasama Universal Filling Station.
Papa the White House ACP.
Try 0555 776050.
0200 421 004.
I give you praise, oh God.
Bedema garlic bitters ya menum ye no ama ahode fufo bia ba minfimi mo entimi do bramme ye ni aguro bi ne hwede obedi first
akosia what be wo so a number bu efisa me mama bedema garlic bitters ya prekoso wo mo no awurawura me nipadua mu abusu me immune system etimi nantio bitumriko me ye adwumo me di aguro
bedema garlic bitters a eno nkoa na prekese fremu no ahode de so obi anim wo de be se bramme ye ni aguro ne hwade
na aguro no ye pilolo na Jack, where are you?
Oh, dear, Hannah Kabi Bimuasu.
Oh, correct. Oh, five. No need Yariana Humbreti. Near Bosa. Nesane, but them are garlic bitters. The only garlic bitters are Precasa woman. I beckon I said, yeah, and then I said, Ankoma, Fan Care Ventures Limited, yeah. One dear ba, Ama Apeti or Kaishi Drug Lane, Nana Boachi, King's Walk, Freedom Pharmacy, all herbal shops, net to 40 Fracotobi, 027 242 2242.
The them garlic bitters. Sani garlic room.
Every Ghana my this year, Musum put in Tony. Enemy were drawn was swa if we tinated her center one, Bedema. Your friend tinated West Power Capsule, Coco Nado Crow, who is in a yoya, we am net team, and I say a Jumadinti, a mark what I say, I'm a when you see a problema, who here tinated West Power Capsule, car when Jana when you watch your shade, and I'm soon the own to me now nice one, who here tinated West Power Capsule, will be a honor Coconti, on to me Embo and Yadia was away, Minyabima, who here tinated West Power Capsules, tinated West Power Capsules, a tinated Herba Center, and Aquafaba.
Hey, tinated ambassador, no one wants you, and your miss students are made use laptop. Many say me who are you? I didn't use me West Nansan and Mehun, Mr. Median.
Many are buying Casacra, we here tinated Hayan Herba Capsule, Hayan Herba Capsule, and no Enebejo. So what's my computer tea if you be brave? I'm not when you're a new problema. We here tinated Hayan Herba Capsules.
Hayan capsules?
Yes, tinated Hayan Herba Capsules.
I dear me papa what drive at later Ache and Najo. Who I see you know. And even your bem or Pusan and Niman in our own machine. And I said in a Benjamin Busia.
Ayo, tinated Hayan Herba Capsules, and no Enebejo when you were Busia. A barber bomb hobby. Every and near the Kitingetia, I don't go anywhere Busia. Wow, wash a space at a among one day. And now already I was all the book in when him. And now one day we are tinated Hayan Herba Capsule. And your draw was what? Tinated Herba Kruya, Aquafaba, or Diabro, say M1, Nancy when you so, Emma when you now, and be when you suja, the one ye. Tinated West Power Capsules, and it's tinated Hayan Herba Capsules. At 2 Simono, ne be when you so high.
No, me say, a free brami who the beer we are active, very strong and energetic.
We are 100%. Na nina ne sadie me hwe me ni padua sofa na de boa me mama hoden mama timi ko bada ene tabia zanika heba mister
tabia zanika heba mister what do you want dance ya cheme
ho dance ya de enya wonko me de dawure na atroso na media tra ni pampempem tabia zanika heba mister ma to ne de nyamyama sa wonoma emenkwamu a ewo ni padua no mu a ye fra mu asojafo eye wide blasters na hoden enti ni padua ni nya hoden sonko kutia yare ahodo bebre enti wonta nyare enti na dam ye strong no eye general well-being of the body enti ye adwuma ewo ni padua na kwa no mu ba bia
me ya mitumi hu anya se busua bia
eye busua nchemfa so obi de ne ho to tabia zanika heba misa so a eden so obeyare na nya na ewo ba bia tonto aduro bia tia nan so se obi a onya mfinhye dumienu apemfo ene abatan a ono omanofo entimi no bi FDA ahwehwe sa adwade nkratomu mu agye tumi se ye
na me se wo yonku imei die school nko an wo kwa wa pensa no a me mei die bonko en
nya wo manu an wo kire wuo
da bi school no so ka ho
me ne me yonku na susu wa
mama was say St. Peter's Mission Schools and Anemani Crow, Wawa Nursery, Primary, JHS, SHS Regular, and SHS Remedial, May, June, and an of deck, and Tiafibia, Wayazams Numprenu.
It is St. Peter's Mission Schools, SHS, no, where general science, general arts, business, home accounts, and visual arts in Nebi.
And qualified and dedicated examiners, and our radio ultra modern science lab, ICT lab, boarding facilities, and a conducive classrooms.
Ayana results in the Hiame.
BEC, any was in Nada, what are you for?
And the name Mano Ebeko St. Peter's Mission Schools.
Men so many me ba wa fairly was see Beko St. Peter's Mission Schools. So also ba fairly was here. For 0244 313 734 and 0243 264 274. St. Peter's Mission Schools, our East Legon, Wabe Manat Palms, and our Shaliboche, Newtown down.
Ade panono kofa bae wasan de 3CP papa ebebua efie bia aba mese ade pa de etwamu da wo de 3CP egu nsomu dware a eba ho ban efi muamoa ho fa 3CP efre so huru wanu anopa bia na ma wo se ho ban wonu aduane na eja ana eso hye ehyewo a fa 3CP efre so fifa so eno ano no wo hye wi a fa 3CP efra eso fifa so na bebua obebre 3CP ehye pimples epompo ekro na ekum kro animrimu ya wonso 3CP so de enye na wo drugstores biam etufo at the pharmacy ene SGSSB ene hwani mu okanshi free 0302 664 832 kumase at the pharmacy e wadum ene Hello FM ene hwani mu 3CP efie bia hia 3CP bambo
Omanfm 107.1.
All the hits and more.
Shaping the nation. Omanfm 107.1.
All the hits and more.
107.1 Suni high Oman FM ebusia for yema makwa bana fe yemfa nsem aka no emfa entoa so kai se the Obankrata enmu nsem na yede ma na enche bekwa homa no so ne yede enkomo kakrakra ede atoa so God na sarbedi akon obotentim kwamna kwachi wonum na ehwe the Obankrata enmu nsem no ede amai God yem se correction kitwe bi ho ma be ho
me pato correction kitwe bi e wo ho no na story na me read ye no fa Fulani ni na wakodu police ni no enye Northern Regional Police Commander.
Okay.
Name no eye Tamale Metropolitan Police Commander. Chief Supo Idris Tanko Isifu. One assassi me atom.
Okay.
Iti pacho correction no eno me de mesero Regional Commander mesero say ya can't wafacha ye. Yes, nipa bebre ba se no mani so agim mo fa.
Yeah. Nkrofo mpanifo
pa ma se de message say enyi wonu nipa bebre mo se de benyi wonu anti. Ye beda mase pa na. Amofa we the story bi so wo Ghanaian Times. Na me fa bronya ayi bronya hona me crackers kakra.
Oni pani ba kon say the regional commander is a perfect, humble gentleman who will not engage in a greedy endeavor like this. The teacher said, or you'll be out to say, what didn't honey?
Okay.
Na basketball is some no ever so. Penny or send you no. Or your penny pa, why police ejuma mo pay. Now corner na home jail.
Police the penny be so I me say I was in public kwampo no. Omo temani face charges kakra before misconduct. Omo say I was say bibisa was say bringing the police service into disrepute.
Okay.
Because I did page 18 Ghanaian Times.
Okay.
What's your headline now? Kateko demonstrates over attack trapping. We make account musibui. Should be a Ghanaian Times wo. Na should be a state house wo. I'm of a walking distance.
Okay.
Just a stone throw. Ghanaian Times and time make a single effort to someone state house pe will be a bedim komo.
Ebusano.
There be Busano. Ka if for nothing at all krompa ye state institutions. Dika busam kakra. Asabun nyina ne say Kateko no Kadeshi a secondary school on multi state housing assassins. Amova no multi state house assassins so and no multi state housing adaimu. Almost
okay.
Yes.
Staff no.
And a state house assassin so half also the squatters are just assassin dafa. And I still say I don't know mo the document bi enti mo fa mo document na mo ye regularize mamo na mamo krata na squatters ni guo no ye nchem na mo fa bebe mo school da na si no ene bebe teachers na tie na others na mo kwa mo ntim protect no ya so anya asas na fancy ade efesi disi ofa ba so boni be ne wo
boni nim
ya ya asas ye wo ya no so omo se twintwan ombekọ minister afebeti ade chinya makwa demonstration at State House. Omo amoto masase so amuntu a 1 city public goods school.
Enye bi na radio stations bi ko we ase almost aban close radio station.
Etiwe kwa de ka bibia po ma mofa e wo se nka katekofo etimide na ase akasa koma State House.
Papa.
Say die akwakọ iwie ni mo se mo pese mo jihase no ma ye fa ho de ma na ha na aka no so ye protect. Na mo kwa demonstration she Kateko demonstrates over attend by State House to take over land which belongs to who? Land belongs to who? To take over whose land? Me amasa na meja ya no
the State House and organ omo jiji nkrofasa.
Debi. Eti e be sere Kateko for we die.
Kateko mumu nim de obeja asase na ma mu. Eto da bia omo be establish institution no and I yankopon bo Ghana amasa asase we a school dia school you said that plan you twa to.
Wa shofa ba show them so. Baby omo say the SHC in a letter dated December 18th, 2020, signed by the General Manager of Operations, Mr. Daniel Jamina, offered a compromise to the school, stating that SHC will regularize a part of the land which contained the bungalows of the 2 Eastern heads and required the school to pay fees. Kateko does not have any legal lease documents, has never paid any rate or ground rent over the years, and was allowed to occupy the land in good faith, considering the need for an education facility. We hope this offer gives you the best opportunity to legally occupy the land and develop it. Where a character State House in Trokoma.
Okay.
Bel na ade we ma ba demonstration etia management of State House. Wanebe no mai. Asase na nyamo dia wo. E di some degrade abedwigu a ebe yamode. Court bia timi stop wo mo. Oh, etimo na ese mutika se anyway adamu da be die ni ministry nka. Ministry ska kakra bi wo mu no. Mo hwe mu ntia ma State House fo. Na kwata bi ombenya no munya ne so entase na enya adwuma. Wanebe ni wo.
107.1 what we and now the for Roberto
mo fa na yesi enra na local government minister any Greater Accra Regional minister eko aji kotoku na se ko for budget omoso
I am telling you
yenye mudeni muyi bri o mayade
papa
na o ma so mo bose nema kakra mo hia wo ho no ni nyina on ba mo modern mo provide mo fa kwa de nipa akotena wo fie obi bie no ho ma owura ne dem se pe o si ni fie wie owura mo se me hia bibia biem
oh se ukoma na wo ye ne kakra
ukoma na wo se wo hia we wo ha na wa ye wo hia we ha se no wa ye wo hia we no wa bo betake be 10 years asa na wo fie no bota complete aha it is hard ho so akwa ye kakra na wo ti sa mofa ebi mu make ridiculous demands and a bank ni ho oh obunya baby on beda na say ni say na me say na baby na mo abu business na mo na
central business
kwa na da ho
sidi e wono mo e wona sesa mo da e wona sesa mo da
ade ni ho bank ni ho
ya tebi ya kan o man ni kro bi aya hihye o uja obi atum so obi anya de opea jene ade ayedi chinchina antigisi the bus central business central business district prime land ne board den ho na chinchina je se bedili injene na articulated articulated tracks enam krom den na a choku kwan ya yese ya okoha na nkrofo mo koho mo nso kura kanketo e de kofa jene ko distribute wa shama ne mia malam nia okoha omo nso so omo ani age facility ya awo ha che president Kufo na si no omo anu omo hwa so sabre na anya kokoduro amuvu ena ekonkon ho saa
anya mfie aduem
yate se yes scrap dealers no so omo anya baabi omo so omo fo omo nko so na se Ghana ha Yeah, my home and so baby baby, but I say about hazardous waste. Or ma Ghana, if you are suffering, I need the kind. I am Pansu. God near my funo Moses sending in an the conum co you do a mobile or more cotton. I can't in no more trouble. I know what they say. Call it Lagoon. None so free. Aquacoto, a idea had into way dear, a bomb. So, yeah, men call Daily Statesman a dra. Or the same committee na yate no so de nyina ye ene no mo frase atrase e o prempe assembly hall o Kumasi nti ye tawo mo achi na ya ye ye nim de nti ana minority force o mo mpene committee ya fa police fo nim soldier fo nim nti bias on be ye ne de he anasa mo doubt to 10 definitely
ana ma jom ha mante
media meeting.
Ebe jo mante
no enra meti akando. Oh. Akando say Delta variant of COVID. Omunim say eba omemu hache. Eba April.
Okay, enti
na Bible apa na oyeyi na asamo can say the omo information available to them. From what source? No source.
Source be any ho.
And today Delta variant number and today. It's you who that bar responsible and I said
no more share MPP in opposition. Obia or yet minority spokesperson on health. At least or a health professional. From Dr. Anani. MPP opposition, Dr. Anania, and a free ho, and about Dr. Niyama. Niyama Yabrikum, medical doctor. Oh, just what the MPP is in power is in now a doctor. Nana, you a free.
Yes, medical doctor.
And this is some no more car, a tasmu.
Not prefect, ye.
Not Daniel prefect. Young farmer make health and some Obaya no what jump be over can be and cussing.
And is I can't know Benjamin like health and some mom.
Aye. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And you know, no friends and true for some news channels, me should be, and once I do can, the acting is, hey,
W not me say Delta variant, no. A bagana December crumpa enti den.
So what? Abakroma there were communities in the brave.
Enti den so what?
Say the KK only source be a
na yare ni Ghana. COVID-19 ni Ghana. And people almost 800 the war Ghana. Enti den.
Woni be okaka wie ye. Omo kai enti na fe na chimota de na ama de omo kai na be dead.
And ra se mo kai ya as Ghana for na tin say was say. Afed was say na Nado should go back to his earlier and you see now fight against COVID-19. And I'm
yeah, idea one more testing.
And you were said the first night question, the next excellent.
I know, Kasa.
I know, yeah, excellent. No, excellent.
Idea from day one. Mosianye. From day one. Mo for team. From the team something bibiama. Dear Nanado yana motia saying, you know, if we are fanena claim say. Now, no afraid of Momosi and Sanko.
Abova Rosewood so na edue de bia mufade bia banda so na kofo twagum na Samuel Abujina for Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and na wasa kase wasi we die wo bibia e ma permit bia say ye gutwa Rosewood ba monche no man ka say ko hwe permit kurambu because yes permit be no so dem the bia permit wo so the bia say twe fam amfa e ha adwen ti ye hwe
am so bia betwa bia bia betwa bia ben ya ma carpenter fo kro ma mom de nkonya
amfa nya nkonya ne fa nko
microphone try export to sa ya record Daily Statesman page 8 Parliament approve 50% of District Assembly Common Fund. Edi amad omunyina say animo ya na omo hwe na omo emfa nko formula no a ye de che no ɛna brebi aya no mo hwɛ approve ɛne nti no say no ɛyɛ 1.21 billion represent 50% ɛne ayɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛmfa no mo sa ayɛ sɛ 629 million deɛ represent 26.2% here ɔmo ɛde ɛbɛyɛ national projects on assemblies no bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛ ana ɔmo so national projects ne development ne nneɛma bi ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ a yɛ ana ɔmo hwɛ no ɛde yɛ na KNUST nso so ɛna ɔmo SRC election ɛkɔ fa ntɔkwa hunu ɛho nhia koraa ba yɛ ama nkora nso so kuku gya so kyɛ sɛ biribi a disagreement bi aba yɛfa so de saa aba yi yɛfa so de yɛtutu asɛm oh yeah, ɔmo ntua pa ɔmo ntua no mo ho ɔmo mani ɔmo nye ɔmo sika ntse de yɛtwe hwene mu nwi no
ɔmo jiska no
yes ɔmo nu ɔmo ntua sika ntse de na
discipline was system no
yeah
na amofa wukɔ daily graphic so a front page daily graphic was the parliament approved allowances for presidential spouses amofa the Minister of Information, Honorable Kojo Ponkromade, to Jan said, Parliament had to me say, first lady, second lady. Yeah, not to be just say, sister name show more. But sister legally and show, but a show. Okay. Interested to me, to said to me, Case, I catasumu muscle. It is said, the share emoluments, me say, first lady. And the second lady is also no, or man, and special woman.
Parliament,
yeah, Parliament,
let's put it on record. Say, Nanado Basso, on the Ghana, have former first ladies. I'm to feel na state, no, any on wedding ye,
and in any year, and that Mahama,
Jadi, American now. Oh, yeah. Natural sabe, or your penny. Na oye statesman said the near see two or more JJ mu pa or more sitting mu any ade ya was a sentence bibia a fata omo say can a first lady for ya the mom inti nyame nwanwa invado share said packages are de ma omo an be say omo so ho nti eye so that nipa no was so sa free so kra na won say ni kun ni so kra na no so eda so ewo ho so say man so there no munyini say mema
the taisi Ghana tie mema no ta content
bintimi ngagi na omo yetimi ayen sa
then this is for the ma the quote ma Minister of Information react here no omo hey nana do say yentua anti beki kasei ni yentua samira so kasei o ma wa nana do na akwakotum first no kwa na anyone present before na introduce us now bema be no na yireti a anya the responsibility so body rako now o man no so yes o man so o man maame and then na be dey chi essence ye hwe wo mo it's parliament na
o mo ya doye pa o ya doye enkromfo so ko mo ho kosre mo
papa parliament na ma approve
president mo ma ni nkomo enwie na me nim se bia mo ate a enkwada me enu bia ya wo mo a omo ebom
our graphic front page. Okay. Government takes up cost of separating Samin strains.
Okay. Now, young Kwahman, so near Dr. Samuel Kaba, and could be a seminal a Hong Kong. In fact, one of the leader, Edema surgical team, or more Ebeshe, now or more ISR operation. Doc, morning. Hello, Doc. Good morning, Doc. Hello, good morning, Doc.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm good. Happy to have you online.
Yeah, thank you so much to you, and good morning to all your cherished listeners.
Thanks. To my understanding, I'm sure this is the first time we are going to have this conjoined twins operation. Okay. It might be very difficult to explain in medical terms to the public, but in a simple way, can you explain the causes of this particular medical issue?
All right. Putting it very simple. One, is a very rare situation. Conjoined twins in general people who are born joined together. If you get the meaning of the word conjoined, means you are joined together. So there are people who are born and for some reason part of their body, the parts of their bodies are joined. So people can be joined in their stomach, in their chest, in their head, in their back, at their back, legs, any part of the body. Now, what happens is that during the fertilization, the egg is supposed to divide at certain period of time and then into two. And then you have two separate twins. But what happens in this case is that the division doesn't complete. And it gets to some point, it's not completed. So you remain joined from the point that is not completed. Now, although this situation is rare, it is even rare to have people joined at the head level. What we do know is that people joining at the head level is only 2% of the total of conjoined twins. So if you have all the conjoined twins together in 100%, only 2% of them join at the head. Now, because it is very rare, because it doesn't happen frequently, from the statistics worldwide, it is only 1 in every 2.5 million deaths. And if you take the whole Ghana, for instance, in our history, since independence, you have realized that we've never had them join at the head. We've had them join at different levels, which means that for the past 60 plus years, we, the medical doctors, our great-grandfathers who had worked as doctors, have not had the opportunity to see this. And so it is in the whole world, making it difficult for people, scientists, to really understand the many causes that could lead to this. So we just consider it to be a scientific error. It has nothing to do with someone doing, in our local terms, what we call juju to somebody. It has nothing to do with witchcraft. It is a purely scientific issue. And scientists, we are yet to search for the reason why that happens. And so we don't have the reasons well clear, because it's very rare and we are still studying. It happens very infrequently. Yes, sir.
Let me understand this. So it might not be the doing of the parents.
No, not at all, Chief. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As I said, it happens in Ghana. It happens in the United States of America. It happens in the U.S. It happens in China. It happens at any part of the world. Okay, in UK, everywhere. But it happens rarely. So the parents have absolutely nothing to do with it, that they might have committed a crime. Not at all, please. And it has nothing to do with somebody. It has nothing to do with witchcraft. It has nothing to do with juju or our local misunderstanding and misinterpretation of all these happenings. It's just a pure scientific accident.
Now let's concentrate on the cost. Why is it so costly to do such an operation?
Okay, so now let me try to break something down. When you go to a hospital as an individual, okay, you attract just one bill for you. Now these guys are going there as two people, so at every given time they are attracting two bills. And every given time, they are to be put to sleep, you need two different anesthesia teams to put them to sleep. If they are to be operated on, you need two different surgeons to be doing the operation. And even the worst part of it is that in this case, you need two groups of surgeons, one on each of the babies. And this is even more complicated because, for instance, they are joined in the head, right? But what happens is you need plastic surgeons because they will have to help with the skin. You need neurosurgeons. You need vascular surgeons because when you address the blood vessels and there's a challenge, they come in. You need pediatric intensive care specialists. You need the anesthesiologists. You need psychologists because as we started, we were talking about the causes. And we just drift into what we call stigmatization. And you can imagine how uncomfortable it is to the family and the relatives of the family and the community. So they will need a lot of psychotherapy. These children will also need rehabilitation before the surgery and after the surgery, because their development is not the same as a regular child. So they need some kind of rehabilitation. They need a lot of resources. Now, because it's very few people on earth who have been able to do this kind of surgery, because there are very few cases that have happened, it becomes a technological challenge. You need the best of equipment that exists technology-wise to be able to address this issue. You need the best of human resource you can get to simulate this in laboratories, to understand how they are conjoined, operate them in the laboratories with your simulation tools. Then after that, you can come to the real human being and say, look, we've practiced enough, we need to operate on you now. So the laboratory, you put them in a system where we call a 3D printer, where you do the images, put them in the computer and operate on the computer. So you can imagine it's totally different from a regular operation, okay? And all these things I'm talking of, every word that comes out of my mouth, computer, simulation, anesthesiologist, neurosurgeon, every word has a price, because all these people have to need, all these people have the needed equipment, state-of-the-art equipment to be able to work. When you finish, the intensive care people who will take over, they need to have the best of equipment to be able to take care of them so that they will have that smooth recovery. So this explains some of the reasons why some of these surgeries are so expensive. And to be very open to you, this is one of the most complicated and complex surgeries that human beings have ever faced, and they have the choices the choice to decide how to do it. Even there are some women, some of the structures are joined, and you have to decide which kids you have to give the structure to. So, I mean, King Solomon, what would you do? The only thing you can do is to practice, train, and then pray to God for salvation and guidance. That's the only thing you can do. And more than prayers, you pray, but you have to get yourself well prepared. Then God will also help you to get through. And we hope that if we are able to prepare ourselves very well, and with the support of the God, our Lord, things might work very good.
And some say we are going to use 3 million. Others are also quoting 50 million Ghana cedis. You are leading the team. How much is it going to cost the country to, as we've been told that the president has taken over the cost, how much is it going to cost the country?
Okay, let me be very honest with you and very simple and straight. You know, the cost is extremely high. I try to break this down to everyone to understand. The 3 million that we spoke of initially is what the parents would have had to deal with. That you walk into a hospital, whether you have health insurance or not, you get an attention, right? Some covered by the health insurance and some not covered by health insurance. If you put that total bill together and say, look, health insurance will not take care of this bill, health insurance can take care of this bill, that comes to the 3 million. That means your medication, some of the logistics we need to undertake this surgery. But when you walk into any Ghanaian hospital, nobody will charge you and say that I don't have a microscope, I don't have ultrasonic computer to be able to model your surgery. So you have to pay for that. We don't do that. That is government support, making sure that all our health facilities are up to date and having the best of equipment. So the 3 million had nothing to do with the equipment component. The equipment component, which are world-class modern microscope, yes, the modern microscope I'm talking to you about is 4.5 million Ghana cedis. Just for you to have an idea. We have a system we call Metronics. I mean, you can write it and you research. Metronics S8 neuro navigation tool. Just that one alone is almost 3 million Ghana cedis. So it's the 15 million that, as the chief of staff said, we might even review it upwards. Because when it comes to the equipment, we will not have said that the parents have to buy that. No. The equipment, government, and that is why government decided that, look, we'll just take the complete bill and then we'll make sure that this becomes a success. And mind you, one thing Ghanaians we should be appreciative of is this. This equipment is not just for these kids. These are some of the equipment for years we've been crying for, right? To have them in the country and be able to address certain situations. So after this equipment will be used throughout on daily basis and for special occasions. And complex surgeries, as I said, this is one of the complex and most complicated surgeries you can do. So complex surgeries can now be done in Ghana, and that will put us at the level of getting the same health care if you walk into John Hopkins right now. So it is going to really change or revolutionize our health sector when it comes to the capability of doing great complex surgeries. And so that is the price you have. It might even be more than what we said, but there are a lot of things that we might have to review. The good news is that the President of the Republic of Ghana has agreed that he will take the bill, and if we review, I mean, we're talking of Ghana beyond aid. This is a typical example of getting the country beyond aid.
Doc, I'm grateful. I think we will need enough time to be able to discuss this. But before I say bye-bye to you, are you going to invite other doctors from other jurisdictions, experts, to come and join you here?
Oh, okay. So to start with, even internally, we are inviting doctors from all jurisdictions. We have doctors from the private sector. We have doctors from all the public sector. Mr. Kolebu, 37, the Maritime Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Science. You have people coming from Tamale, Konkonoche, from Kumasi, Cape Coast, the whole country. We are just bringing people together. Then outside, we have people from UK who have done this before, US who have done this before, India, a great support, South Africa. So we are talking and consulting. We are making worldwide consultation, and some of them might join us in the D-Day. But before I go off, let me say this. There are moments in life that you can't even find the words, the appropriate words to express your gratitude. We are in the middle of one of those moments. But even when you find the words, you cannot even say thank you enough. But God being so good, He has created two words that we use to express gratitude. And those two words are just thank you, Mr. President, for being a father and for being a leader in this case. And we are happy that we are taking that burden of the medical team, and the medical team is so grateful that this decision has been taken, so that now the medical team can focus with a lot of encouragement. Taking off that has already given us a lot of encouragement that we will now go behind and get the job done. That is what we will be doing henceforth. So I also want to thank you for the opportunity. But mind you, I want to tell you something. The COVID has shown us all that we need to invest in our country. Because there is a moment all countries are on lockdown, and no matter how much money you have in your pocket, you can't travel out. You know that, right? And many people with emergencies have never been able to get off, or they die in the air. And this is the time we are building a Ghana whereby people will not have to go out in the air. And that is a great vision and a great support from the President of the Republic. Thank you so very much, sir.
You're welcome, Doc. We are grateful, and we'll continue to come for updates as and when you start the operation.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's Dr. Samuel Kaba. Na no edin komono nkwada mienu a omotibom ya nei aban mampani aka se woso man no tumi som na ye boho bra no doctor yi na odi animu asem ne tietietie a wo se wo hwe eka e wo ho ne niam ahodo a ye beye no a sika 15 million Ghana cedis no kra no wan hwe a ebebro sa ne a etoso bi o si yetumi ya ne ye nyina wi a na esipo de ama oman no ase bi ba biewu a yebetumi ejina no enya awofo bi na aye ade a eye awomu nsem a yetimi sibre bia God me da se obodentim so ase da ye mo de ye da ye ho na fe the maritime import news na to aso kai se aha eye Omanfm
Yenso akwan so dwumadi hia mo man bia nkankro. Edi Ghana eku wiase na di wiase nso ba Ghana. Ghana Shippers Authority ani so ade hunu ne se yebebo nsuo so adwadifo. Ewo haw bia wonam mu. Efri no ma ayra. Dia seye sika yaji wa emfa kwan so. Ene haw ahodo pi. Yenya adaje tren nsuo so adwadifo. Eno ma eko sade ye be ya wo beti ase. Ye ni so ade hunu ne se yebesom ni asom sompa. Ghana Shippers Authority ewo Ghana Shippers House, Ridge, Accra, Gapoha Towers, Tema, NCA Building, 4th Gardens, Echupe, Okumas, Takrady Shippers Center, Takrady, Yamusa Building, Sansuna Gumbihini, Tamale, Yawo Complaints Unit, Ewo Elibu, Paga, Aflau Boda, Sansuna Kutukarium Shejinabia, and a Takotel, Takrady, Fred, 0302 666915, and I toll free number 0800300055.
Ghana Shippers Authority, providing shipping solutions.
Grace-filled morning. Welcome to Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you the best in oil shipping solutions. You can contact them at the Shippers House in Accra. It is also supported by Amen Scientific and Alternative Medical Hospital. Amen. God is our healer. My name is Nanesi Boateng. In our stories, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Ms. Benonita Bismarck, has advised haulage truck drivers to be mindful of the actions or inaction since it adds shipment cost to the shipper. Ms. Benonita Bismarck noted that delays in the return of empty containers result in detention charges. Delays by loaded transit truck exiting the country attract penalties. Changing the prescribed route for transit goods also attracts a penalty, while returning an empty container with debris also attracts a container cleaning charge, which in the long run is passed on to the consumer. She mentioned that the Ghana Shippers Authority, in collaboration with the Ghana Highways Authority, has developed an axle load protocol, which is a step-by-step process of what to do once a haulage truck driver gets to any axle load station. The document, which is in both English and French, will be posted at each axle load station to help clarify requirements at these stations and mitigate abuse of truck drivers. She said this at a sensitization workshop for haulage truck drivers at Takrady. In other stories, to survive the ranging impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the export and import business, the Ghana Shippers Authority GSA has urged the shipping community to consider business continuity strategies like mergers, partnership, among others, in order to stay in business. Ghana's cargo throughput is said to have dropped by 1.32 million tons from 27.70 million tons to 26.38 million, in concomitance to the global dip of 3.6% since 2020. Following this development, some businesses have folded up and many production lines are operating at an ideal capacity, causing a rise in the general price of goods and services. Consequently, the working capital of importers and exporters is eroding. In view of these direct consequences from the impact of COVID-19 on the shipping businesses, Ms. Benonita Bismarck asked the shippers to consider the option of alliances through partnership, mergers, and joint ventures, among others, to keep their business afloat. The Ghana Shippers Authority, GSA, meanwhile, has resolved to continue protecting and promoting the interest of shippers by dissemination of timely and relevant information on educational activities to help shippers make well-informed decisions. Addressing shippers in Kumasi at the back of the forum organized to deepen the understanding of shippers on international trade rules dubbed Incoterm 2020 Forum, Ms. Benonita Besmak entreated exporters and importers to update themselves on international practices to stay competitive. This, she believes, will help the shippers meet international trading arena and stay competitive, resolve dispute amicably, and deliver on their contractual obligations. In our final story, Ghanaian businesses have been inspired to go into electronic commerce to take advantage of the numerous opportunities brought by the Africa Continental Free Trade Area after to be ahead of their competitors. According to the Chief Executive Officer of Seedway Services Limited, Romaric Ababiu Dankwa, e-commerce holds huge promise for enhancing free trade in Africa. Making a presentation at a bi-monthly meeting of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, GNCCI, in Tema, Mr. Dankwa urged members to take risk and accept change so they can remain relevant in businesses. There are a lot of opportunities hidden within e-commerce, and if we look even further with the after, it offers a lot of opportunities for Ghanaian businesses to take advantage of this huge market that is now being created for them. Mr. Dankwa also noted that COVID-19 has changed the business landscape in a way that nobody would have ever believed. With over 3.5 billion people on the internet searching for solution, discovering new product, finding deals, buying and shopping online on a daily basis, Mr. Dankwa emphasized that e-commerce has come to stay. Tema Regional Chairman of GNCCI, Isaac Berry, also encouraged members to take advantage of the current innovations and technology to stay afloat in business. He said the free trade area, which seeks to increase trade by 52% from its current rate of 10 to 15%, calls for value addition and innovation, hence the need to enlighten members on technology. So that'll be all for this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News. Maritime and Port News is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority. They provide you with the best in oil shipping solutions and supported by Amen Scientific and Alternative Medical Hospital. Amen, God is our healer. My name is Nani Sibuate, my producer, Kwikwa Bwaji. Have a great Maritime and Port Day.
Shaping the nation. Oman.
Ananka yes just say parliament, but my opinion say minister and
I didn't in a parliament.
Near for say be a man for adwene enyom nkesene say police and I say one of interior security, internal security, a share interior minister na say na ono na so ye nkrofo na edi say adwuma no say be you bi adwene ye nkesene say
Now let's talk about Mpenny for our Mukodi anymore, which of course